Psychic protection is the first reason why you should begin a spiritual journey. It's not easy to explain to someone who has just started to learn about the energy world we live in why we should protect ourselves psychically, as he underestimates energy and thinks that, ignoring it, energy will cease to exist. But misfortunes, diseases, energetic influences do not cease to exist just because you ignore them. They will affect you every day since you have no protection to prevent them from doing so. There are many reasons to protect yourself: to stop others from hurting you, to feel comfortable when you go out, to feel more peaceful when you're home, to feel happy when you are on your own, to stop getting hit by weird negative emotions that sabotage your day, to stop being afraid of the dark, to be able to sleep every night without any noise or sudden sensations that disturb you, to keep enemies out of your house, to live in a quiet and reassuring environment, for the love of your family, to protect even those who know nothing about energy but suffer because of it every day, to feel stronger, to stop misfortune from hitting you, to stop suffering because of the so-called jinx and other people's envy, as you know well how much harm they can cause. There are so many reasons why you should protect yourself, but I sum up all of them in one sentence: to spiritually evolve and get rid of problems. Psychic protection is the most important technique that each of us should know and practice constantly, in addition to meditation. Every day, we unconsciously receive energetic influences from other people, from the environment we live in, and from those presences surrounding us, which condition our thought, our mood, our health, but also our most important choices and decisions. Protection truly helps prevent these energies from entering your life and changing it against your will or affecting it in a negative way. It prevents them from lowering our conscience and from causing all kinds of problems that would also affect our evolution. Psychic protection will shelter you from all sorts of negative energy that during your life would hit and hinder you. And these energies are a lot more than you could ever think. For example, misfortune is one of them, because it is a negative energy that sneaks into your sphere of life and keeps you attracting bad situations, leading you to a continuous, never-ending discontent. Bad luck is something you can't stop with your own hands, as it almost seems unreal as long as it doesn't hit you. But when it does, it makes you feel like the whole world is collapsing on you, because you don't know how to stop it. Every time something goes wrong, you get back on your feet and think it will be the last one. But then yet another one shows up, stealing your energy and hope. It's all due to the lack of protection. Call it bad luck or whatever you want, but it is negative energy that revolves around you and keeps striking you again and again, entering through a new way in, which is different every time, but very effective to make you feel even worse than the previous time. Protection stops these entry holes and prevents negative energy from hitting you and making you sick, so that your daily life becomes so much easier. Problems don't embellish our lives. They ruin it, but still we let them in because we don't know how to stop them, since no one ever taught us how to do it. Therefore, psychic protection is the best way ever to avoid many everyday problems that will no longer manage to take shape and approach those who practice it, because it creates a barrier that prevents negative situations and people from approaching us. Of course, you will be able to understand and trust its effectiveness only after obtaining some results that prove it to you. And to obtain them, you have to protect yourself and pay attention to what changes. If you start protecting yourself, you will no longer have any reason to believe otherwise, but you will understand this only when you start to practice seriously. Psychic protection also defends you from negative presences, for example, entities, larvae, etc., preventing them from approaching and hurting you. Protection can defend you from bad things that happen every day, as well as from energetic, paranormal, and dimensional events that some people fear more than others. Protection is meant to keep you safe without having to hide or lock yourself up at home because of your personal worries. let alone giving up on spiritual experiences you know nothing about and that scare you for this very reason. As a matter of fact, psychic protection allows you to carry out your experiences without having to fear any negative feedback. If so many people go through paranormal experiences and are still alive and feeling well, it is because they have protected themselves, unlike those who ignore the problem and keep on letting it affect their lives. Protection allows you to walk out of the house fearlessly and to live your daily comfort without being afraid of running into something you don't like. That's what protection is meant for, to protect you from what you fear or from what you don't want to run into. Being positive during your life is very important, but it's not always enough to prevent problems and negativity from meeting us. So we need something stronger than just a good mood, because this helps us to overcome obstacles but does not prevent problems from entering our lives, and in the long run, this would make it impossible to feel at peace with ourselves. So it's true that feeling positive during the day is good for you and pushes some negativity away, but it doesn't protect you completely. If only this were enough to defeat all evil, there would be no more adversities in the world. Since we need a real protection that allows us to remain calm throughout our daily lives without necessarily being alert every day, waiting for something bad to happen, we will have to defend ourselves with practical techniques, allowing us to be shielded from negative energies and negative people. The technique of psychic protection is very simple, yet much more effective than it may seem. The technique of psychic protection is very simple, yet much more effective than it seems. The more you practice, the greater its strength and resistance will be. Therefore, strengthening it often will help make it impenetrable but what might strike us from the outside. I would like you to try a very simple, direct and fast session which allows you to feel better and safe when you are in and out of the house. Hence, I suggest you to sit comfortably because we will practice protection for the next 10 minutes. When you are ready, carefully carry out the following steps. Start breathing some prana in to feel relaxed and to fill you up with energy. Attract white and bright energy around you. Feel relaxed as you attract pure energy that begins to surround you. Visualize the white energy increasing, surrounding you, and make you feel good. Perceive the positivity of white energy, of prana, increasing around you. Feel a deep peace that makes you feel good. Prana is increasing around you. Let the energy around you begin to move, as if it was revolving around you. The energy increases, it becomes brighter, and starts to surround you with more density. Feel the white energy, pure and bright, surrounding you, and start using it to create a sphere where you're sitting in the middle. Visualize energy taking the form of a compact sphere that protects you inside. Its shape is spherical. It doesn't get oval nor takes the shape of your body, but it must be a perfect sphere. On each side of your body, behind you, above your head, and under your feet, the sphere is shaped like a glass bubble, from which you can see through, but nothing can come inside to hurt you. Breathe prana and feel safe inside your bubble. Attract more prana inside your bubble, wishing that it protects you from any kind of harm, preventing this from entering. Make this bubble big, about 1.5 meters from each side of your body. It becomes harder and harder, more and more impenetrable. Inside your bubble, you must feel safe, protected, without the slightest fear of what surrounds you, because it's protecting you. Although it is impenetrable by negative energies, you can keep on attracting white prana inside the bubble, as it is positive energy. So attract white prana and use it to reinforce the bubble and to make it more compact. Let the white energy enter the bubble and fill it up completely, so that it contains you and the energy that protects you. Feel safe inside the bubble, specifying that you want to protect yourself from any kind of evil that might approach you. Relax and feel peaceful, because the bubble is born and you can start to feel safe. Breathe white energy inside of you, and when you feel complete, you can end the protection and get back to reading this lesson. Welcome back from Psychic Protection. I hope you feel the positive energy that's starting to work to protect you. Of course, the session you just went through is basic. Then with time, we will add new details to increase its power. Protection is very important and needs continuous energization, so I suggest you to practice it very often, even for just 5 minutes. With this lesson, I taught you how to perform the technique for 10 minutes. But when you don't have that kind of time, even 5 minutes can be enough. Just try not to lower them further. Keep in mind that protection needs energy and a certain practice, so the more time you pursue it, the greater its strength will be. Whereas if you let too much time pass between one session and the next, you risk that it weakens too much and can no longer do its duty to protect you. My advice is to practice protection almost every day so that its protective power stays strong and increases with time, making it more and more capable of tracking problems down and keeping them out of your life. Practicing protection only once and making it last for more than a few days ends up weakening the bubble too much and preventing it from doing its job. This is why I encourage you to practice protection more often during the week, even when you think there's no need, so that the bubble won't leave you uncovered and will be able to protect you when those problems arrive out of the blue, trying to ruin your day. If protection is constant, unexpected attacks won't manage to surprise you anymore, as they are interrupted and kept away from your protection before they strike you. With the next lesson, I will teach you how to protect the energy of your entire house and improve your personal protection. In the meantime, you can start to strengthen your bubble and make it stronger to protect yourself from negative energies to strike you during the day. I will be happy to read about your experiences with the practice of the bubble so that you can see the differences between the first session and those that you will practice in a while. So I invite you to leave a comment below telling us how you felt trying this new technique and how was your experience. I hope you will improve in this practice and notice all the benefits that protection grants us in our everyday lives, as well as in our spiritual lives. I look forward to reading about your experience. Then, I suggest you to take a look at this short illustrative video that I created to show you what happens during the creation of a psychic bubble. I decided to show it only now so that you could experience your personal feelings first, and only later receive confirmation of what you saw and perceived during the technique. Remember to like this page and subscribe to our channel.